From Divine Sistar of the Light Saffron Satara, the solar event. I posted last night on some info I had been receiving from last week. I can't tell you how glad I was that I posted it. I've been sitting with this from last week. My teams are glad also. So last night it felt like I was being prompted from the elemental and galactic teams. Late last night I was told we are in the solar event now. It started yesterday, and now it will move through many like the tsunami I predicted a few weeks ago. Whether this is a physical tsunami or not, it will certainly be felt. Waves of photon light and sound plasma will be hitting your fields. What I was told was that the original architecture of Gaia has now anchored. Her blueprints and pure grids are now online. So much has went into this happening. Will there be natural disasters? Possibly, but not necessarily either, because this is why so many of us have reached the stages where we are galactic shamans and light grid weavers. We go in first to assess what needs to be done so minimal damage happens. This is what has been happening for many years now. The Ring of Fire area is heavily assisted with the dragons. I was shown today that many dragon eggs that have been placed within the pure grid architecture of Gaia are about to hatch. Indeed, the earth will rumble as these magnificent beings have now come home to us. This is also happening physically. New waves of children being born will hold dragon lineage. My son and I rumble of the dragon eggs hatching as the platonic plates shift to anchor in the original architecture. I am curious what will be found around the world, because it feels like an unearthing and lots of things exposed. Ancient temples, stone circles. The pure grids have been only around 40% active in the last few years. I have written I don't follow the standard ley lines or where people are assuming Lemuria, Atlantis, Avalon are on the Earth maps. Much has been distorted around that, and I always follow my own inner guidance. Sometimes things aren't where people think they are. They have been hidden, and for good reason. Hidden in plain sight is a phrase I've been saying for months. I am so grateful for all the comments on my last post about the solar event and the holy shift we are in. We are in it now, folks. It isn't going to be one big flash and that's it. Our physical bodies couldn't possibly handle that. It's a slow process and it will gain momentum from this point onwards. All hands on deck. You're going to step into what you are really here to do. All that work you have done on yourself was to prepare you for a stage where you could act as a human grid, where you will transmit blueprints and codes to help stabilize these transitions. Your mere presence acts as a transmitter of light and information. Just as a crystal holds information, so do you. Many of us now are being called to help stabilize what is happening. Do not ignore where you are called, and above all else, be who you are designed to be, a huge generator of light and love. As Grandmother Turtle said to me last Friday evening, there is no such thing as time, but there is a natural order to how things unfold. Your binds to time have collapsed. Do not look at this in time frames, but that we are in this eternal now moment, riding the waves of great shifts and change. As always, take only what resonates with you. From saffronsatara.com.